Welcome back to Food FAQ. I'm Mariela.
I'm Eric.
And today is day 2 of our weekly menu that we're sharing with you every day, one recipe that we love.
Day 2. It's a recipe extravaganza.
Ooh, I like that. I like the thing that you sang too. You should do that from now on.
I can do it. That's my hidden talent.
Another talent. How could you have so many?
So many talents. I love all my talents.
Me too. That's why you're here, honey.
All right. Maddie.
Yes.
I want to tell you something.
Tell me.
I heard the sweetest thing today.
What?
So my friend Manny in Miami, it was really sweet. You know, his boyfriend Lewis listens to all of our episodes.
Oh, hey, Lewis.
Lewis, that means a lot to me. And I really appreciate that. Yeah. I just thank you so much. And Manny was like, yeah, he's all caught up on your episodes and everything.
Aw, Lewis, listen, we're doing it for you, baby.
I appreciate it. It just made me feel really good. It was just really warm and really sweet. And they're both really sweet guys. So
thank you guys. But yes, thank you, Lewis. And we hope you're enjoying this little recipe extravaganza we're doing. And let us know what you try. I want to hear from you, Lewis.
Manny posts like the stuff that Lewis makes for him on Facebook.
For real?
And like Lewis makes like all these great foods and stuff like that. Yeah, he cooks for him. I think it's like the sweetest thing. He makes like really incredible stuff.
Oh, you got to show me who he is, and I want to follow him on Facebook.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay, Lewis, we're going to become Facebook friends, and we're already podcast buddies. I'm very excited.
And they're in Miami.
Manny from Miami. Mariela from Miami.
That is a very Miami thing to say.
We already have that in common.
Mariela from Miami. So what's today, Maddie? What is our food of the day?
Okay, so this is something I did the other day, and I thought I would share this. Okay, my kids love spaghetti, but they don't like meat in their spaghetti. So it's always a thing whether or not we have meat in it or not, right? Sometimes I'll make it for us because we like meat in it with ground beef sauteed in. And sometimes I'll just make what we call naked spaghetti in my house. And the kids will just have the noodles with sauce, which me and my husband just don't eat. I'll just do that if it's just for them. So the other day I bought a pound of ground beef and I was going to make tacos. And let me tell you, taco night at my house is it's sought after. This taco night, I do it like maybe once a month, but they freaking love it because I have this big red platter that is kind of like for chips and dip. And it has all these divots on the side panel. And then in the middle, it's sunken in. So it's kind of like a sombrero. So it's like a wheel of taco. I call it the wheel of taco. And in the wheel of taco, I'll put one little cubby gets shredded lettuce. The other one gets tomatoes. Then we have sour cream, my doctored up, refried beans. If you don't know, go back. The best doctored up refried beans you had in your life. Then I'll put ground beef. It's just a little bit. So what I did was I used half the pound of the ground beef. I seasoned it with taco seasoning and I made just enough for me and my husband. Put that in the wheel of taco. And then, we enjoyed it. Me and my husband, there was no waste, I buy organic ground beef, which I've talked about a lot here. So it's not cheap, right? So I'm like, how can I extend the life of this pound? So then what I did was, since we just talked about red sauce yesterday, Keeter, these two things can go together. Well, the other half of the pound of ground beef, I made into meatballs. I make simple meatballs, but I think I make them differently than maybe some people. I'll put in the meat. And then I'll put a handful of dry breadcrumbs, usually panko is what I have on hand. And then I'll pour just enough milk on top of the dry breadcrumbs to moisten them a little bit. Then I add an egg, a handful of Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, and sometimes I'll add oregano, whatever I feel like I'm in the mood for, garlic powder, all that jazz. And then I create meatballs out of them. You make your meatballs like this?
So I do. I'll be honest. I haven't made meatballs in a long time.
Yeah.
And I hate frozen prepackaged meatballs.
Oh, sponges.
They're horrible. So I do. I just have not, I can't lie. I probably haven't made homemade meatballs in a while.
Well, do this, right? So when you make your red sauce, go ahead and save some. And this is what I do with these meatballs. I'll make them a little bit smaller because they cook faster in my life. You know, That's what I need. So I'll toast them off in a little pan with olive oil and I'll make sure that they're browned on all sides, right? I brown them. They may not necessarily be cooked the whole way. That's okay. You take them out. Then you put your red sauce in a saucier pan or something with tall sides and you plop your meatballs in there and you finish cooking them in the sauce. Delicious.
Good. Yeah, that is good.
It adds a whole different dimension to the sauce. And listen, I buy jar red sauce all the time. I really hardly ever make my own tomato sauce. And we're going to talk about how to doctor tomato sauce from a jar or jarred spaghetti sauce. What do you do, Keeter?
So I don't jar sauces. I'm not that fancy. I'm not that talented. I'm always scared of mold.
Yes.
So that's the only reason why I don't do canning.
I know.
Is because I'm scared that I'm going to get someone botulism.
And I'm on the peacock, not the peacock, on the TikTok.
What? Such a fucking boomer. Are you serious? Please keep this in this podcast because I want the whole world to know what I deal with.
Anyway, so I was watching the TikTok and there's
TikTok. On top of that, the TikTok. Go on.
And there is so much pickling going on, and they're like, and I've pickled a quick onion, okay, but like these people are like legit pickling shit, and I'm like, fucking vaya con Dios, not me.
Listen, there's this one lady on there. She's freaking amazing. I forgot her name. I got to find her name because I want everybody to see her. And she does all these amazing picklings. Mm-hmm. And I watch it, and then she eats it, and she takes the pickle out with this little fork pokey thing, and it crunches. Sounds so delicious. I am, for some reason, like I could do quick pickles that will be done in a day or two. No big deal. But I am so scared and nervous to pickle or to can things because I'm scared that I'm not going to, and I see the process. It does not look difficult.
It doesn't.
I'm so scared I'm not going to sanitize it enough.
You're going to die.
I'm going to die. You see people on the Peacock, like you said, that they'll like can meat and keep meat for like a year.
I know.
And it's still edible. And I'm like, no, I'm going to kill like half my fucking family by doing this. Totally. This is why I don't jar or can. And I really want to.
It looks good.
I live up north. Like this is like a northern thing during fall time. You can shit. I don't do it. Maybe one day. Maybe I've had a professional teach me in person.
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyway,
made a saffron peach jelly or jam the other day on the show.
Who did?
Martha.
Of course she would use saffron.
Saffron and peach. I was dead. Martha is fucking strong right now. Have you seen that bitch's show? She is.
I'd have to save like 6 weeks to get fucking saffron. But anyways.
They have it sometimes at Trader Joe's. FYI.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's not. I have some actually. I'm rich. You're fucking welcome. I'll give you one or two.
I'm so honored to know you and your wealth. But okay, so what do I do to doctor up sauce? So pour the sauce in a pot, get it all hot, and I throw basil in there, oregano in there. I'll throw fresh garlic in there. And again, like we talked about on yesterday's episode, you can saute garlic and onions if you have the time. But if you're using a jar sauce, you're obviously not. Time is of the essence to get food on the table. Yep. So I throw that all in there. I throw even some parsley in there. Like, don't hate me, but throw celery salt in there.
Yeah, okay.
It just fixes it. And then again, a teaspoon of sugar.
The sugar. Okay, so listen, my variety is not like yours. I put in all that shit, but in powdered form. I go into my spice rack and I empty it out into any.
There is nothing wrong with powder form. Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm not going to cut up an onion for this shit. Like, I didn't come to town with a jar to cut up anything. Okay. I just sprinkle. I will sprinkle my life out though, for sure. And that little bit of sugar is the magic thing, like magic.
Yes.
It changes it because jar sauces tend to be acidic. Extremely. And I mean, they don't taste terrible. My favorite is from Good and Gather, Target. I love some of their shit and I will say it over and over again. Their 3 cheese red, like spaghetti sauce is absolutely my favorite over Rayo's even. I think Rayo's
can I tell you something? Let me tell you something. Rayo's is fucking overrated. You're paying $8 for a jar of pasta sauce. And I swear to God, it tastes like fucking Prego. It's not, I don't find any difference.
I wouldn't say Prego. I would say it's like Prego's cousin who's a vegan. That's what I would say.
I mean, to me, it was not worth
it's like $7-8
with that.
Good and Gather is like $2. Go get it. 3 cheese, best, the fucking best. Yeah. So you should doctor it up because that's what they want you to do. That's what God wants you to do.
He spoke to you directly.
Exactly. After Eric did the episode with the fish and the loaves, like, this is what God gave me.
What episode are you talking about? The
one where you took the rotisserie chicken and you made it feed 700 people.
That is another one of my talents. But
You know what? You fed lots.
Listen.
Magic chicken.
listen, I mean, 15 years ago, out of college and living on your own, hard times, man. You have to make that food stretch.
Hell yeah. I love that. And I'm still using that stock that I made. It's so freaking good. But anyway, this is my thing. I use this 1 pound of organic ground beef and I made it into 2 separate meals. This may not work for your family. That's okay. You don't have to do that. You can take my meatball advice because I'm telling you, it is a good, quick meatball, and take that with you and make some spaghetti and meatballs. And I think another thing about the tacos, like the wheel of taco, if you don't have this kind of platter, you should really go get one because sometimes I'll use that and paper plates and all I have to wash is the wheel of taco.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Is this important to me? I don't know if it's important to everyone.
It would not be important to me because I use a dishwasher, unlike you.
Fuck you and your dishwasher. Okay.
Your whole family was impressed by the dishwasher usage and wonder, fuck, you don't use your dishwasher.
No, I am the dishwasher. I like being the dishwasher. I don't want to use a dishwasher. You only have to wash the wheel of taco. That's my gift to you today.
All right. Wheel of taco gift.
Oh my gosh. Well, I hope you find these recipes useful and a new way to stretch your dollars and make delicious, tasty meals quickly. We'll see you tomorrow.
Exciting. Bye.